It's late December and every year I make little Christmas stars to be decorations on the tree or to like wrap presents with, whatever. If you aren't a ceramicist but you're interested in doing some crafts, maybe with the kids or just as like a nice little way to relax for the holidays, you can do this with some salt dough. I will give you the recipe in a little bit. If you struggle with rolling your slab out, you can start by kind of squashing the clay down with the balls of your palm. It just helps kind of get the slab shape before you use your rolling pin. And I also use these little guides on the side to make sure it's a nice even slab. And I flip the clay over a couple of times to make sure it's evenly rolled. Once I have kind of a nice consistent slab, I like to go a little bit thinner for my little stars, so yeah, that's up to you how thick or thin you want to go. I always peel the clay up and unstick it from the table before I start going with my next steps, otherwise you can very easily run into the issue where the clay kind of tears and you kind of have to start again, so that's always a bummer. So just carefully kind of peel it up. I like to use the rib on both sides just to smooth the clay out, and you can use a bank card or something like that if you don't have a rib. So I'm using a star cookie cutter, and you can tell this very well loved. You can use whatever cookie cutter you have, or you can make a little cardboard template to cut around, or you can just freestyle it if you fancy it. It's very much up to you. So if you wanted to do a salt dough mix, I'll put this down in the description as well, but you need a cup of salt, 2 cups of plain flour and half a cup of water. Then you mix all of that up with your hands and then you just kind of roll it out into a slab like I have. And then it's this part here as you do the shaping of your decorations and then pop them on a wee baking sheet and bake your salt dough for about 2 to 3 hours at the lowest possible setting on your oven. And then you can get to painting them and decorating them when they're out. My stars are leather hard. I made these ones a little bit earlier, so I'm going to get to cutting the holes in them now. This is like a drill bit on a stick. You can use a pin tool if you fancy it. I'm just cleaning up the edges now of my stars just to make sure they're nice and soft, and then I will go in with a sponge. And I actually found that it was slightly more difficult to put the holes in when they were leather hard, so I go back into the soft clay in a minute and poke all the holes in. I don't know why I did it at leather hard. I think I always used to do it that way, but it's very easy to kind of snap one of the prongs if you do it that way. And here they are, finished and glazed. I am just using a copper wire to string them up. Use twine or ribbon or whatever string you've got, anything works. I like this copper wire for the colour and kind of the stiffness of it. I will be taking a little break over the festive season to plan for the new year and my upcoming videos, and I would love to hear from you on what you like to see, so please do comment down below with whatever ideas you've got. And I hope that you all manage to have a break as well. I will be back in mid-January with more videos, but until then, happy holidays, happy new year, and I will see you next time. Bye!